Governor Dr. Elizabeth Samantha Rothschild Judge with a special edition segment for DCGCC, where we bring you governmental information and classical entertainment. I'm trying something a little new today. I am going to invite just on my social media anyone who wants to join forward. I'm doing this to test out the Zoom feature for interview and virtual conference. And I don't really expect anyone to join today because I did not send out a notice. But we're going to linger here for a few minutes to see if anybody joins in. In the meantime, I'm going to go on my social media and post the link to the meeting. And once I get that posted, I'll look at some agenda items and review other things of progress that have occurred for the federal estate of Washington, District of Columbia. All right, here's one on my social media and putting that on there. Bear with me. How about this? I am available on Zoom for the next 10 minutes. If you would like to join, please visit the link below. Oh, and it didn't record any of that. So now I have to type it in. How about this? I am on Zoom for virtual availability for the next, let's say 10 minutes, approximately. See those moments I wasted. To join, visit the link below. And we are going to just roll with it. And if anyone decides to join us on Zoom today, that would be great. And if not, it is okay. I'm not anticipating anyone to do so, as I said, and I have not invited any media to join, although they are welcome to chime in if they get news that I'm broadcasting at this moment. I'm looking at the time to be 1:45, and we're going to limit this to 10 minutes, and I've used up some of the time. So we'll get off of here about 1:52, 1:53 to keep it under 10 minutes. And this is just to express availability to the public virtually and availability to the media and other interested public relations who would like to speak directly to any particular issues with me or to ask me any questions regarding any legislative forum, constituents platform, or any other issues that would be relevant to my duties and authority as the governor of the federal estate of Washington, District of Columbia. Something else that's different is that I'm not working with a script, and so this is totally impromptu. So while we wait here to see if anyone's going to chime in, let's cover a few things. I'm going to go in here and pull out my old agenda. Well, you know, we began this agenda in August of 2024. And daily, I would add items, sometimes 2 and 3 items a day, for the things that we wanted to make priority with regard to statehood of DC and transitioning the government into a stable process whereby we would qualify to be a state. There are certain requirements that we have to meet, certain requirements that are required of all states of the United States of America. And with the federal estate of Washington, District of Columbia approved for applied statehood, it means that we have got to come up to par with the rest of the states for our capacity. So we don't expect to suddenly have the GDP that larger states have or to grow in populace for our space. Yet we do expect to rise to the occasion and exhibit fortitude by progressing at a capacity that would be considered qualified state for our demographic positioning and our populace. Okay, so the agenda, when I was going through it earlier, I noticed that we've covered a great deal of the agenda items. So going all the way back to the Federal Estate Charter. The Federal Estate Charter was the first thing that I put. Well, it went on August 19th. So it was the second item on the agenda next to a legislative review. And so I want to address that, the Federal Estate Charter. It is a compact. It's a composition of charters that are derived from the primary offices of government of FUDC, including the governor's office. The cabinet offices have specified charters, which comprise the full charter, along with other necessary charters and documents that would be unwritten with the United States Congress. So Rome wasn't built overnight. However, FUDC is still going to be DC forever and ever. Will be the statehood DC. Just saying that analogy to determine that our progress is built on precedented progress. There were already things going on when we installed the office of the governor, when I took oath of office, that I am building upon to make further progress and to become more qualified according to the standards of the U.S. State Department and the U.S. Congress. What is our time here? It's 1:52. So we'll wrap this up. So I won't cover a whole lot of agenda items. Just wanted to make myself available. And the legislative review I have here to determine the efficacy of past legislature directly impacting Washington, D.C. over the last 25 years today, to provide underwriting withdrawal whereby legislative effects delayed due to lack of necessary details for fulfillment. It includes the DC Statehood Bill, DC Crimes Act, DC Act 2536, and all other legislation presented to the U.S. Congress since 1999. That is just to bring in a spirit of excellence, where these were sufficient at one point, that we are progressing and increasing, growing thereby. We want to maintain the highest standard possible, and those old things may not apply or work for us so well anymore. They may need to be improved. So we're just going to go through those things once I come together with the FUDC Congress to guarantee that those particular issues are not leaving us uncovered and breaching any security that we necessarily need for the statehood requirements. Okay, so I've made myself available here for this time. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to log off of here, but that's just pretty much how it works. And let's see, before we go, if I well, it's not working. I was going to see how it worked for to join into the meeting. Wait, let's see. All right.
Recording in progress.
All right. So just noticing how it works here.
Noticing how we're here.
Logged in from
I
my
logged in
phone.
from my phone.
So you can
so you
kind of
can
see
kind of
in
see
places.
places.
So if someone
So
had
if
joined
someone
in,
had
they would,
joined
it
in,
would
they
be
would
much like this
much
on the
like
meeting,
this on the meeting,
and they would be able
and they
to
would
be
be
heard and seen as
heard
well.
and seen.
All right, so we're ready.
All right, so we're ready. We're
We're
ready for
present,
virtual
and
presence,
make
and I'll make
everything a lot
everything a
more
lot more
available.
available.
In other words, I will
In other
give
words, I will
a greater
a
note
greater notice.
so that persons wanting to actually join in may be so.
Maybe
This
so.
time will pass. So everyone get your
So
questions
everyone get your
together.
issues together, and
Um,
we'll go